Less than 48 hours ago, I got an email from this band asking if I would review their brand new album, which was released yesterday, I believe. And of course, the answer is going to be yes. It's a great extreme album. And if you happen to be a band who is looking for a review, drop me a line, send me an email or something. I would love to help you out. Let's get to the scorecards right now. Terry here again, guiding metal music heroes like you to the newest metal music. If you're up for a fistful of new metal music to collect right now, stick around. Less than 7 minutes, I'll get you 4 extreme albums to add to your collection. If you liked what was there on the list, Redline is for you because I review, analyze, and break down the newest extreme releases from my own weekly chart so you get the best new metal every day. Cosmic Cult by Parseltongue is the band's newest album up for a fresh review. Let's break this one down. So I go to Apple Music, I open the band's page, and I see that there are 11 strong-sounding tracks totaling 54 huge minutes here. That's a lot of music. The album cover artwork, as you can see, it's a multicolored darkness-themed piece with custom fonts, and I have to give kudos to the artist there. It was very attractive. They classify themselves in Apple Music as metal. Between that, the album cover artwork, song titles, and a quick sound check, I'm going to visualize something pretty heavy, something beastly. My genre description before I start the review is black metal, or maybe even technical death metal. Thinking about a name like Parseltongue, I'm thinking you never know. We'll see if that changes in the end, though, during my reveal. Track 1, it opens stunningly. I was surprised to hear electric slide blues guitar. Almost this Southern Harmony Baptist churchy feel to it. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a sec, did I get the wrong album? Is this a rock album? It sounded sweet, whatever it was, and then it gradually worked its way into some pretty extreme black metal. Track 2, it opened up with a fiery, technical death metal blast. This is massively diverse. They have a tank of energy, and this song is so cool. Track 3 jumps into a combination of black and death metal in that vibe, but it has a more melodic symphonic feel with varying tempos and range. And if you've ever heard the term technical black metal, this song here kind of wraps all of that together in that package. Next, track 4 is back to the technical death metal mayhem. It is smashing, rhythmic, and thunderously energetic. Huge, beastly vocals, and I absolutely love this song. Track 5, it's a killer number, and it even has some metalcore and prog metal flavors, sprinkled in there. So, rest of the album, it's ultra rangy. It ends off literally with what I can only describe as probably an 80s or a 90s, like a heavy rock number, more akin to something like the Foo Fighters would do. Anyway, it was super sweet, and it was an amazing track, track 11. In summary, I couldn't believe a band could hit a half dozen or more genres in one album. I was kind of waiting for some banjo to come in there. But here we are, and I'm going to imagine at the live show, it must be something to see. It might even be weird a little wee bit, but cool at the same time. So recording and sound quality here, it's professional, well-engineered. The production and musicality was raw, in my opinion. I'm going to rate the overall levels of rhythm and tempo here on the higher area, somewhere between a 6 and an 8 intensity range. I'm going to give the harmonies and the melodies also a very high range between a 5 and 7, maybe even 8. Okay, range of presence here in this album as well. I find that the lyrical theme is cosmic or eternal, and becoming a mainstream or radio act here, it's a possibility because at any moment this band could go and do mainstream rock. I think that they are just that diverse, and I don't think that they care either. Range, flow, and layout of the album, I believe, is calculated, well calculated, and the tracks are arranged with a lot of care here. I'm going to describe the vocals as beastly for the most part, while the guitar work, it's an astounding range of Sounds going from heavy rhythms and melodies to excellent riff and solo work. Bass section was big and bright. Finally, the drums and percussion performance was very strong, very fast all the way through. Excellent sound top to bottom there. And there were some samples and sound effects, sound bites. And overall, I'm going to say the energy and intensity level was absolutely immense here. A lot of passion. They remind me of pretty much every heavy band, and even look back from 35 and 40 years ago too, in the glam metal area. The temperature range here, I'm going to say it goes between a 6 and an 8. It's hot at times and it's cold at others. And as far as the tonality feel, it ranges from dark and light, anywhere from 6 to 8 there. The overall color or colors I personally describe, I'm going to say it's the whole gamut of every color you can think of on the wheel. The album art cover, does it match the music? I'm going to say yes and no at the same time. Very diverse. General feeling I had during this session was white knuckles, goosebumps. It led me to give this album a huge seismic reading of about 8.9 on my Richter scale. I think that this will be a really good album to go on that long walk with. My reveal is very simple. It was black metal or technical death metal. And the official bio says technical deathcore, which means that maybe I needed to get my ears cleaned, or maybe they don't know how diverse they really are, which is a sincere compliment. My favorite tracks were 2, 5, 6, and 7, and I really got a charge out of track 11. And finally, of course, it's going to go into my library, but you need to stream them for yourself. And that is it for another episode of Redline Reviews. I'm going to dig into my treasure chest and recommend Cyberstrictive by Apogean just for you. And that's a little thanks for hanging out with me today and yesterday. Recap. During episode 91, I reviewed Unextinct by Hideous Divinity, and I added Semite Mentis by Spiritual Deception from my secret stash at the very end. And that is 4 albums in 7 minutes. See that last episode, by the way, for the full scoop there on Hideous Divinity. And lastly, before we go, you have the power to support all metal artists. Stream them, engage them on social, buy the merch if you can, see them live. Join me again soon. You have a tremendous Saturday, and we will see you again soon. Thank you, and have a good night.